Tonight, the tenants living in unlivable conditions. A report slams Lewisham Council. Good evening. It's not just terrible living conditions residents in Lewisham are having to put up with, but a lack of respect too. A damning report from the Housing Ombudsman found that 92% of problems in the borough were handled poorly, with complaints including leaks, damp and mould. One family lived with a ceiling at risk of collapse and still had to wait another 2 months for repairs. But investigators also found the council seriously lacking in how it dealt with their residents, with a danger, they said, of appearing defensive. Rags Martel reports. Well, next, 5 men from Camden have been jailed for the murder of a Greek tourist they followed from a nightclub in the West End. Antonis Antoniadis was tracked across the city before being attacked at an address in New Cross. Now, one of Stephen Lawrence's killers has been called an unreliable narrator of his own life by a psychologist at the second day of his parole hearing. David Norris is hoping to be released, having served the minimum term for his part in murdering the teenager in 1993. Yasmin Bold. Reality TV star Georgia Harrison was honoured at Windsor Castle this morning. She was made an MBE for services tackling online privacy and awareness of cybercrime. Next tonight, Tory delegates are heading home from their conference in Manchester, pondering whether the party has done enough to even start the long process of regaining voters' trust. With reform eating away at the Conservative support, many are nervous heading into local elections next year. And then there's the painful task of choosing a candidate who stands a chance of regaining the mayor's office here in London, or with a leader some Tories doubt will even be in the job this time next year. Here's our political correspondent, Simon Harris. Simon Harris there reporting from Manchester. Still to come on the programme. But first, the challenge of getting teenagers and young men in particular to talk about their mental health. Conversations which are needed now more than ever. This year, the NHS reported 1 in 4 young people are living with conditions like depression, anxiety and obsessive-compulsive disorders, while suicide is the leading cause of death for young men in the UK. Well, the charity
aren't able to be.
Well, of course, if you're anyone you know has been affected by any of the issues that we've been talking about, there is helpful advice and resources on our website, itv.com/London. Now, we know him best as James Bond, but despite handing back his licence to thrill, Daniel Craig has still been entertaining us. His latest movie, Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery, premieres tonight at the opening of this year's London Film Festival. Set in New York, it was actually filmed a lot closer to home. Helen Keenan is on the red carpet on the South Bank, but first, here's a sneak peek at the film. Thanks, Sally. And finally, happy birthday to a show that has managed to keep theatregoers returning for a night of doom and gloom for 40 years now. Fantastic. And that is all from us for now. The evening news is next with Mary. But from all of us on the London team, bye-bye. Have a great evening.